basketball team with 8 more wins than over last year under second-year head coach Antoine Scales. But they were on the short end of a 90-51 setback on Wednesday night at Seward County. So I bring in my partner, Darren Dunn, who made the trip out on the bus with us today. Darren, your first thoughts about this one?
Well, you made a couple of pretty big points already. I mean, that last game for the Blue Dragons, you really found out exactly what Abby Ogle means to this team, right? Especially with that big outburst in the third quarter. You don't get her for the first 2 quarters because she gets into foul trouble, and the game was pretty tight. While she was out of the game, she gets back in the game. The Blue Dragons look more dominant like we've seen them this year. You mentioned this Trojan team that went 8-22 a season ago, which by all means you look at that and say, well, that's a terrible season. But that actually was the same amount of wins that this program had the 2 previous seasons combined. So that was leaps and bounds better for this team to go 8-22 last year, now already with 14 wins on this season. What is problematic here is, a lot of those wins came in non-conference. A lot of the good things this team has been able to do have come in non-conference. So now the next step for Colby Trojans and Antoine Scales in his second season is to get his team performing well come conference time.
And if that name does sound familiar to you, Antoine Scales was a highly successful coach for many years at Wichita South High School before coming out to Colby to take over the Trojan program. So the Blue Dragons get set to take on the Colby Trojans. The Blue Dragons at 18-2 and 10-1. The Dragons need a win to stay within 1 game of first place in the Jayhawk West. Colby looking to even its record, a conference record of 6-6, and go after their 15th win of the year. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Be back with more pregame on the Blue Dragons Sports Network.
No time to fix breakfast? Just call us at Anchor Away 662-3100 and we'll have it ready for you. Choose from our selection of breakfast burritos, biscuits, or one of our 5 different complete breakfast plates. Breakfast from 7 to 10:30, Monday through Saturday. If you missed us for breakfast, we're here for lunch and dinner too. Pick up your favorite Mexican dinner or take some home for the family. We're open till 9. That's Anchor Away, drive-through, carry-out, and catering under the water tower at B&. Adams in Hutchinson, 662-3100.
Like a good deal? Need a new phone? Listen up. Trade in your old device at Nextech Wireless and get half off any smartphone. Then take your shiny new phone shopping with your $100 Visa gift card. That's any smartphone, plus cash to spend. Oh yeah, need more lines? No problem. Get a new smartphone at half price for everyone in the family, plus up to $300 in Visa gift cards. Visit Nextech Wireless today. Your new phone and cash are waiting. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Needing repairs, parts, belts, or bags for your vacuum? How about free pickup and delivery for any service? Hi, this is Donna Pitzer, the Bag Lady. I work on all vacuums, including Auric, Kirby, Simplicity, Riccar, Hoover, Kinmar, and all Panasonics. I can get bags and parts for almost any vacuum. Plus, in most cases, I'll save you up to 40% on your bag purchases. Best of all, I deliver at no charge for all services I offer. For parts, bags, or service of your vacuum, call me, Donna Pitzer, the Bag Lady, at 663-4322.
Hi, Brian Bobo, General Manager at Midwest Ford. We have to move out all remaining 2019s in inventory. And with savings like these, you just can't pass it up. How about a 2019 Ford Ranger 4x4 Crew Cab Lariat, $8,000 off MSRP? Or a 2019 EcoSport was $24,245, now $16,984. A 2019 F-150 Crew Cab 4x4 XLT, $9,000 off MSRP. And yes, and 0% for 60 months. Don't miss out. Come see us at 1100 East 30th or online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
And welcome back to the Colby Community Building, everybody. Steve Carpenter and Darren Dunn with you here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network as the number 10 ranked Blue Dragon women at 18-2, 10-1 the Jayhawk West gets up to take on the Colby Trojans at 14-6 and 5-6. Darren, I was pouring over the numbers, just looking for items. To me, one of the big keys today is going to be rebounding. Colby's a very good rebounding team. John Onches has not been real happy with his rebounding as of late.
That's one place when you look across the board between these two teams at things that one team does a little bit better than the other. Right now, Colby number 2 in the conference when it comes to rebounding. Blue Dragons at number 5. And you look at their players, they've got a few more on top of that list of leading rebounders in the conference. Not only that, I kind of tend to look over at the blocking category. If you see a block fest break out tonight, the number 1 and 2 teams when it comes to blocking, and in fact, 3 players in conference for Colby average 1.1 blocks or more per game.
Yeah, One thing we're going to see returning to the starting lineup today is one Tori Alford. She missed 8 games because of injury. Came back the other night, came off the bench, had 3 3-pointers, and she was a definite benefit to the Blue Dragons in that game against Dodge City.
It has not started since that December 7th matchup against Butler, and what a way to come back out to knock down 3 of 4 3-pointers. If you had any question how she was feeling coming back from that injury, she quickly answered any doubts anyone might have had.
What do you see as the keys to this one? We talked about the rebound. What other keys do you see for the Blue Dragons in this one?
Well, I think if the Blue Dragons continue to score like they've been able to do, they'll be just fine. I mean, for Colby, this is a team averaging 66 points per game, but 57.5 in conference. So you go back and look in non-conference when Colby went undefeated, this team was averaging 76.5 points per game. That's down to 57.5. So for Antoine Scales, he's got to find out where that point production went. You're talking 19 fewer points per game. That's going to cause you to lose a lot of ball games, and I think is a big reason this team is 5-6 in conference play. One thing that kind of helps Colby, that we'll see how much it maybe helps them today, this team has spent so much time at home in the last few games. I mean, it bodes well now, right, to have 5 of your last 6 at home. That's not so good when you have to travel and have your 5 out of 6 on the road, but this Colby team needs to be making the most of being at its home venue.
Again, Colby lost to Seward County in a big way on Wednesday night, 90-51, while the Blue Dragons won their 4th in a row, 83-50. One other game going on in the Jayhawk West today. Dodge City is at Garden City, and at last check, the Conquistadors held a 32-28 lead over Garden City at halftime. Again, that game at the Conestoga Arena in Garden City. Everything else was played yesterday. Seward County in a big one defeated Barton 69-63. That game played up in Great Bend. One of the shockers of the day, Northwest Tech defeated Pratt 52-50. And then over on the east side, Independence rolled over Cloud County 77-51. Neosho County humbled Coffeyville by 30, 89-59. And then another stunner, Allen defeats Cali 73-66. So Darren, since that buzzer beater by the Cali over the Blue Dragons a couple of weeks ago, the Tigers have not won a game yet.
Yeah, Cali has to figure out what has gone wrong. I mean, you thought for a minute there that you had a good turnaround in your season, and suddenly that's all gone.
We're about ready for the national anthem. Let's take one more 2-minute break. When we return, we'll have the starting lineups and this afternoon's opening tip. It is the Blue Dragons and the Trojans, live from the Colby Community Building. We'll return in 2 minutes on the Blue Dragons Sports Network.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Need to send someone money? Pay a babysitter? Split the bill? Use FirstPay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members: Mega Manufacturing, Sporting Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coppin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson. Hi, this is Rob, and I want to tell you about one of my favorite places in Kansas to get a melt-in-your-mouth cheeseburger. It's RV Drive-In, where they've been serving up fresh food, not fast food, since 1948. They're famous for their burgers, but you can also try their homemade pork tenderloin sandwich, patty melts, BLTs, and so much more. Tuesday, Thursday evenings, Friday, and Saturday, they make their homemade onion rings that are the best I've ever eaten. RV Drive-In, Kansas' oldest drive-in at 201 East Avenue A, and online at rvdrivein.com. Go Blue Dragons!
Starting lineups about to be announced, and as promised before the break, with those starting lineups, Darren Dunn.
Start off with the Colby Trojans, 14-6 on the year, undefeated in non-conference. However, 5-6 when it comes to conference play. 5'5" freshman from Wichita South. That's going to be a recurring theme when we talk about the Trojans. Talk about Antoine Scales. Came from Wichita South. He led that team to 4 straight 6A championships. Still doing a heavy amount of his recruiting from Wichita South. Number 3, a guard, Ariana Afoa. Then at 5'10", a freshman also from Wichita South. Number 12, a guard, Brittany Brickhouse. Number 14, a name that you should hear a lot unless she gets into foul trouble this afternoon, Nairobi Pillars, a 6-foot sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia. Then there's Kiara Knight. She started every single game this season, averaging 10.2 points per game. The 5'8" sophomore out of Hobbs, New Mexico, wearing number 21. And then the 6'4" sophomore out of Trinidad and Tobago, number 25, Afia Vincent, in the forward position. For the Blue Dragons, Abby Ogle, 5'8" sophomore out of Baldwin City, Kansas. The 6'3" sophomore out of Queensland, Australia. Number 4, Brooklyn Betham. Number 11, the 5'9" sophomore out of Queensland, Australia, Lauren Mapasua. Then Michaela Vanette, the 5'6" sophomore out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Most starting lineups you've seen over the last few games. That's the last starter that we announced. But Tori Alford back into the starting lineup since early December. The 5'8" freshman out of Derby, Kansas, who had a great game in her show back up coming off of that injury where she hit 3 of 4 3-pointers.
Blue Dragons ranked second in the Jayhawk, averaging 77.8 points per game. Number 1 in the league at 50.5 points allowed. Colby is 11th in the league in scoring offense at 66, third in the league at 58.6. What's weird about those two numbers, Darren, the 50.5 and the 58.6, Hutchinson is ranked number 4 in the nation in scoring defense. Colby is ranked number 38.
Yeah, it's amazing when you see just little differences, those slight differences, how much distance there can be between you and the next in line.
Dragons in their road reds, dark numerals trimmed to white. Colby with the powder blue trim and numbers, white uniforms. We're set to go. Thanks for joining us here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. The ball is up in the tip, controlled by the Colby Trojans. Sit back and enjoy a good afternoon and early evening of Blue Dragon basketball here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Kiara Knight on the left wing, pops out top now to Brickhouse. Dragons in their usual man defense. Pillars with it. She'll drive into the lane, kick it out top to Knight. Now left wing to Afoa. They try to go underneath. Up and under move, shot up, hangs off the rim, no good for Pillars. The Dragons clear the board, Abby Ogle. Now Vanette attacks in the left corner. Lauren Mapasua has had a great 3 weeks for the Blue Dragons. That goes into the high weave. Mapasua in the backcourt, now left wing Vanette. Right back to Lauren, she'll spot up for 3, top of the key. Shot hits the front iron, no good, and clearing the boards, Afia Vincent for the Trojans. Each team missing on their first attempts of the afternoon. 55 seconds in, looking for our first points. Out top with it is Brittany Brickhouse. She'll be guarded by Vanette. A couple of dribbles, waiting for a ball screen. Now she takes off right, goes high off glass and kisses. It goes in. Brittany Brickhouse gives Colby a 2-0 lead. These are soft friends in this community building, Darren.
Yeah, you can really tell that, especially in the warm-ups, the way the ball was reacting up on the rim.
Very much like the power plant in El Dorado. Dragons with it, trailing by 2. Ogle drives to the baseline, tries to power one up. She'll draw the foul on Afia Vincent, and Abby Ogle will shoot a pair.
Let's talk about how good the Trojans are at blocking the basketball, but there you see Ogle put Vincent out of position and force her to foul.
Abby averaging a team-high 15.9 points per game. That's second in the Jayhawk. 6.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists. First one's good, and the Dragons are on the board. 4.1 steals. That's number 3 in the nation. 66% free throw shooter for the sophomore from Baldwin City. She hits the second, does Abby, and we're tied at 2, 8:35 to go in the opening quarter. Antoine Scales calls out his plan. Ariana Foyle will run the point. Now the backcourt, Brickhouse will dribble to the right side. Colby goes into their high weave. Here's Pillars taking it all the way. She loses it out of bounds. Turnover Trojans. Quickly into the Colby lineup. Just a minute 40 in. We see Star Avalos out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. She's a 7.7 point per game scorer.
Had her breakout game against Seward with 15.
Now Alford with it. Down the backcourt, all the way over to Van Natten on the left wing, extended Mapasua. Right back to Van. She'll pop a three real quickly. Spins off no good. And the rebound to the Trojans. Van's still in a bit of a shooting slump since that Colby game. She's had one game of 4 or more. But honestly, since the Colby game, struggling. Now a bounce pass into the corner. That's Avalos. They'll kick it out top to Afoa. Afoa guarded by Alford. Now in the corner, Avalos. Avalos will dribble. Skips the right side. Three-pointer on the way by Afoa is good. 5-2 Colby. And then Antoine Scales wants a quick 30-second timeout. 7:33 to play, opening quarter. Colby 5, Hutchinson 2. Back in 30 seconds on the Blue Dragons Sports Network.
Welcome to the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With the emergence of big business, not only in pharmacy, but all industries, the Medicine Shop is proud to be a thriving local business in Hutchinson. We're so thankful to our customers in Hutchinson, Reno County, and Central Kansas for your support. In turn, we're proud to be a major sponsor of the Hutch High Salthawks, as well as other area high schools, the Blue Dragons, Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, and Wildcats. You support us, and the Hutchinson Medicine Shop supports local sports.
Steve Carpenter, Darren Dunn with you. 5-2 Colby on the Ariana Afoa three-pointer. Colby not a big three-point shooting team, but Afoa is one of their 2 3-point threats, Darren.
Yeah, it's really strange. You rarely see that where only 2 players have 86 or more attempts on the year.
Ogle tries a three-pointer. Left corner and hits. We're tied at 5. Abby Ogle knocks down her 25th tray of the year. She has all 5 of Hutchinson's points, and we're tied at 5. Afoa now in the backcourt to Brickhouse. He wants to drive. Gets cut off by Van Natten. Now in the corner of Avalos. Avalos will throw it back out top to Afoa. She'll take 3, drive in. Tries to shoot over Betham. No good, but a foul called late. And it'll be 2 shots for Ariana Afoa. The foul on Brooklyn Betham. Afoa, an 81% free throw shooter. And she hangs the first one on the rim, but it eventually drops in. And Colby has a 6-5 lead, 6:56 to play in the opening period. Second one on the way. This one a little more pure. Afoa with 5. The Dragons trail by 2, 7-5.
That shows you just how soft those rims are. Other places, you hit the rim like that, the ball's going to come straight back as a brick. Now first free throw was able to call over for her.
Dragons run the half court. Bandit on the left wing. Waits to pop to Ogle, top of the key. Abby drives in the lane, tries to dump it underneath to Betham, but the pass is deflected. Turnover number 1 for the Blue Dragons. Dragons this year averaging 17.8 turnovers per game. Now there's a takeaway by Alford. Alford ahead to Brooklyn Betham. Left-handed layup, good. So a steal and then the assist by Alford. Betham on the business end. We're tied at 7. Afoa across the timeline to the right side. Guarded by Alford. She'll bring it back between the circles. Waiting for things to set it. 15 to shoot for the Trojans. Afoa is still with the dribbling. Now takes it to the left side. Alford still over. They want to lob underneath. And the pass will be deflected out of bounds off the hands of Brooklyn Betham. 7 to shoot. Kiera Knight will inbounds baseline left side. Down top to Brickhouse. She'll drive in the lane, pull up from 10. Hits twice off the back end, no good. Offensive rebound, Avalos. She gets stripped by Ogle, but into the hands of Vincent. Now Brickhouse tries a jumper, spins off, no good. In the placement, rebound by Brooklyn Betham. Alford ahead to Mapasua, left-handed layup, good. Dragons scoring in transition again. Hutch has her first lead of 9-7.
Vision, that's what Tori Alford brings you, and she showed it now on 2 back-to-back assists.
Afoa to the right side. Now in the corner, Avalos gets cut up, jumps it underneath to Vincent. She'll power up, she scores, she's fouled and it counts.
Be an early second foul, I believe, on Brooklyn Betham.
And we'll see Nafa Tumata Idra checking in the lineup. Nafa missed the Dodge City game because of illness, so we'll see how she's feeling. With Brooklyn having 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes and 40 seconds. That's a tough break for the Dragons. Vincent hits the and one. She has 3, and Colby takes a 10-9 lead. Now Colby coming out in his own defense. Mapasua on the left wing, top of the key oval. Shot fakes, dribbles between the legs, takes it all the way to the baseline. Will go up and score. Abby Ogle. She has 7. And the Dragons lead it 11-10. Great patience shown by Abby. Just took what the defense gives her. She wound all the way in for the layup. Now Ofoa between the circles. Bounce pass to Vincent on the right wing. Ofoa will come out to get it. Now worked around the left side tonight. Pass deflected, taken away by Abby Ogle. Ogle going in left-handed will go up. She scores. In transition, Abby with a quick start. 9 points for Ogle, 13-10 Hutch.
That steal, of course, moves her up the all-time list.
Now pass to Lise Barlow with 178. There's a whistle on a drive. Turnover Kiara Knight. Turnover number 4, I believe, on the Trojans, Darren.
Yeah, we'll see now what the Dragons want to do offensively. One thing that you pointed out was the patience last time by Abby Ogle. And she saw something that she could have taken advantage of even earlier in that possession, and that is the help defense in the lane from Vincent is typically off to the other block, giving her a nice driving lane once she puts up the pump fake.
Sasha Francis into the lineup for the first time for John Autjes. Dragons still working against his own. Van Nett, top of the key. She'll try a three-pointer and knock it down.
And that moves her up the all-time list.
That ties Michaela Van Nett for 4th place with Joelle Meyer with 160 career threes. Van with their 66th of the year. The Dragons have their largest lead of 6 at 16-10. Here's a drive by Ruiz. Cut off, kicked out. Ofoa tries a three-pointer. That one bounces around a couple of times. Cleared the board, Tori Alford. Tori scans as she comes across the timeline. Takes it to the right side. Can't get the post up. Now the Dragons set up in the half court. Left wing is Van Nett. Still with the dribble. Now to Francis. Sasha will take it in the lane. Dives to dump it on lead. Pass deflected. Turnover Hutchinson. Back comes Ofoa. She'll go all the way. Shot blocked from behind by Michaela Van Nett. And back come the Dragons. Alford all the way ahead to Ogle. Way up good. She fouled and it counts. Abby Ogle off to a huge start in this one with 11 and a chance for 12 on the transition and 1. Foul will be against Alize Ruiz. She had just checked into the ball game. Tyra Poniora checks in to give Alford a break. Free throw by Ogle is good. 12 points in this one, Darren. She is off to a fast start, picking up right where she left off in that third quarter Wednesday.
Yeah, what a run it has been now by the Blue Dragons here. A quick 10-0 run to jump out to this 9-point lead.
Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Dragons continue to show man-to-man. Ruiz on the left wing, guarded by Francis. Will dribble with the left hand to the baseline, spin in the lane, now goes left and she travels. Sasha Francis would not give her a pivot around, and that is turnover number 5 on the Trojans.
Yeah, these teams on the season about the same when it comes to that turnover category. In fact, Colby a little bit better when it comes to conference play, but already the Trojans 3 more turnovers than the Blue Dragons.
Ponior running the point. Dragons go to the high wing with Van Nett top of the key. Now high post, or Mapasua back out to Van. She tries another 3, spins off, no good. And the rebound to Afia Vincent. We've seen Colby get some breaks on some bounces. Dragons yet to have one in this one. Brickhouse with it on the right wing. Now top tonight. Knight waiting for a ball screen. Drives left. Will just pull step up for 3. It hits too strong. It's knocked out of bounds. Hutchinson basketball knocked out by Vincent. Oh, they called a loose ball foul on Vincent as well. That's her second.
Yeah, just kind of a lazy foul for her after she already had a quick one early on Abby Ogle. No reason for her to go after a ball that she knew she couldn't get.
13 foul for the Trojans, and the Dragons on their 10-0 run lead by 9 with 2:13 to play in the opening quarter. Mapasua drives in the lane. Gets cut off in a little bit of trouble. Now out to Francis. 15 to shoot for the Dragons. Van Nett top of the key. The dribble to the right side. Steps it into the corner. Mapasua for 3, and it's good. Warren has 520th three-pointer of the year. Timeout, Colby. It's a 30-second timeout. 1:54 to go. The Dragons on a 13-0 run. Now leading Colby 22-10. Back in 30 seconds on the Blue Dragons Sports Network.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return prepared by our tax professionals. We find every credit and deduction to lower your tax bill. Put our expertise to work on your return, and don't just get your taxes done, get your taxes won. In Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
Blue Dragon women on a 13-0 run leads Colby 22-10, 1:54 to go in the opening quarter. Antoine Scales has burned his second timeout. What do the early numbers look like, Darren?
I think the big one to point out is the Blue Dragons have 8 made baskets. They've assisted on 5 of the 8 made baskets here already this afternoon. Abby Ogle, by the way, 12 of the team's 22. The 13-0 run that you're talking about has come in about 3 minutes and 19 seconds. So it's been a very quick 13-0 run.
Pontiora, Van Nett, Jalecia Cooper into the game, Lauren Mapasua, and Sasha Francis to 5 on the floor for the Blue Dragons. Pillars drives in, goes up, and will draw the foul, will shoot 2. And it will go against Lauren Mapasua. Third foul committed by the Blue Dragons in the period. Lauren's first. And Nairobi Pillars, a 67% free throw shooter, gets the first to go.
It's coming off such a tough game against Seward, which we've seen now with a lot of the opponents that the Blue Dragons have. They're seeing them after the Seward game where they struggle so much.
Pillars gets both. That snaps Hutchinson's 13-0 run. 22-12 Dragons. Minute 37 to go first quarter. Pontiora dribbles in. Now out between the circles. Mapasua, Van Nett. Left side to Sasha Francis. Sasha picks up her dribble. Gets it out to Cooper. Jalecia has to chase it down the backcourt. 12 to shoot for the Dragons. Colby starting to pressure a little bit. 9, now 8. Pontiora dribbling around 2 people. Kicks it into the corner. Mapasua tries a 3-pointer. Got it! Lauren Mapasua has 8. 2 3-pointers in the game. 25-12 Hutch.
3 Blue Dragons with 3-pointers already. Keeping in mind that the Trojans only have 2 players that they even let shoot 3-pointers.
Afo all over the baseline, throws one up, shot a little bit short. Offensive rebound, Vincent. She may have had her shot rejected. Chased down into the corner by Pillars. A whistle is knocked out of bounds to Colby.
Blue Dragons have a lot of options here offensively, running kind of that 4-guard look on the outside. And none of the help defense is sagging down. So that means you have your 4-guard players on the outside, and the defensive players are locked into them, which leaves the middle wide open because it's just a big on a big down there. There's no Trojan help defense on the drive.
Colby it in, Ben. Gets it into Avalos. Throw it into the corner. Here's a drive by Knight and a whistle. So they go against the Blue Dragons. And it's going to be Lauren Mapasua's second. Coaches who are right below us, you were trying to figure out where that foul actually occurred. Karen Knight hits the free throw. Her first points of the game. She's an 80% free throw shooter. 25-13 the score. I was going to say Abby Ogle returned to the game, and Presley Barton, the freshman out of Mill Valley, into the game for the first time. Second free throw by Knight is good. She has 2. Colby's now 7 for 7 from the line. 25-14 Hutchinson with 43 seconds left. On the left wing is Sasha Francis. Cooper comes out to help now right wing Presley Barton. Ball worked around the left wing. And up to the top, Pontiora, and an illegal screen called on Jalecia Cooper.
She's fine if she just holds her ground, but she threw that elbow in as the Trojan defender went by.
Turnover number 3 for the Blue Dragons. Colby has committed 5. About 2 seconds difference between shot and game clock. Ofoa deep in the backcourt working against Pontiora. They're really just going to try to take it down for the last shot. Ofoa just dribbling between her legs. Pontiora giving her plenty of room. 14 seconds now on the clock. 10 to shoot. Now the Trojans go into their offense. Knight with it. Out top of the key, Avalos. He's intercepted by Abby Ogle. Abby with 3, with 2. Abby pushes up. She lays it up and scores just before the buzzer. And the Blue Dragons get a huge first quarter from Abby Ogle, using a 13-0 run to lead 27-14 after one period here in the Colby Community Building. We'll return for the second quarter after this 1-minute timeout on the Blue Dragons Sports Network.
Happy New Year from all of us at Pools Plus. We are celebrating big this new year, and we want your savings to be even bigger. Come in during the month of January and save 20% on all spa accessories and spa fragrances. Stock up and save 15% on spa chemicals. The savings are going on all month long at Pools Plus. Shop local, shop Pools Plus, 21 East 1st and downtown Hutchinson.
Outdoor living doesn't start until you call us at Pools Plus.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members. Mega Manufacturing, Sporting Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coppin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
The Blue Dragons close that first quarter on an 18-4 run, Darren Dunn. What do the first quarter numbers look like?
Abby Ogle perfect so far. 5 for 5 from the floor, 1 for 1 from beyond the arc, 3 for 3 at the free throw line. She has 14. Mapasua in a little bit of foul trouble, but she has 8 at the moment.
Dragons with the first possession of the second half. Alford with it, dribbles off a ball screen to Cooper, keeps into the backcourt. Ogle pops out, shot fakes, now drives down the left hand, tries to wrap it underneath, and the pass is taken away by Kiara Knight. Turned over number 4 for the Blue Dragons. Dragons get back defensively. Now Colby in the half court. Ofoa. Right side to Pillars. Pillars waiting. Coming out to get it is Avios. Now left side, Knight. Knight will throw it out top to Brickout. She'll put it on the floor. Kick it out to Ofoa. 7 seconds to shoot for the Trojans. Now 6, now 5. There's a lob. The Dragons double team is underneath. Taken away by Ogle on an athletic play. Presley Barton pushes up, pulls up, dumps it underneath for Cooper, but her pass is intercepted. Great play by Pillars. So, pair of athletic steals, Darren.
What you love about the play by Abby Ogle, it's not even her defensive assignment. She just saw an opportunity to go get the ball, and she did.
Out top with it is Ofoa, guarded by Alford. They want to post there. Bigs up. Here's a drive by Ofoa. Cut off by Alford. Now to dribble all the way around to the right side. Kicks it out. See Knight for a three-pointer. Way off the mark. Cooper will chase down the rebound for the Blue Dragons. 90 seconds into the second quarter. Ogle speeds all the way in. Powers up. She scores. She's fouled. It counts. Abby Ogle with a huge game so far. It hitting the wall hard was Nairobi Pillars for the Trojans. She's shaken up. And teams are going to be sent to the bench. So while we see the condition of Nairobi Pillars, Darren, let's talk about the start of Abby Ogle.
Wow, well, I mean, you knew right there she was going to drive. You saw on the face of Pillars before she went down that she was winded. I mean, she saw that she was drawing the matchup of a driving Abby Ogle, and you just saw that look on her face and her eyes like, oh, no. I mean, she visibly exhaled right before Abby put the crossover in and got to the basket. So perfect start, literally, here for Abby Ogle, who has yet to miss from anywhere.
It appears to be a leg injury for Naomi Pillars. They are working on her left leg and lower leg, but we're not going to speculate any further than that. Hutchinson with a 29-14 lead. Now make that run since they were trailing 10-9, Darren. 20-4 with a free throw to come.
Yeah, see, that was the big thing that got this Colby team in trouble against Seward. You know, after one quarter, it was already 22-6, and really there was nothing the Trojans could do to get back into that ball game. You're wondering now with a 15-point deficit if there's any way this Trojan team can come back from that.
Nairobi Pillars to her feet, but being assisted off by Colby Sports Medicine. She is Colby's leading scorer. She committed the foul. Now we get back. Abby Ogle set to complete an and one.
Yeah, leading scorer and leads his team in rebounds at 8.4, so you lose a lot when she comes out.
Free throw good. Abby has already surpassed her average. She has 17, averaging 15.9, and the Dragon lead is 16 at 30-14 with 8:22 to play. here second quarter. Brittany Mapang into the game for the Trojans for the first time. She replaced Pillars. Out top with Ludofoa. Now right side Brickhouse. Mapang up top. Fakes the drive. Picks up her dribble. A little bit of trouble. Nearly thrown away. That might be Hutchinson basketball, and it is. It was deflected off Sasha Francis, and then they clipped right off the fingertips of Kiara Knight. Turnover Colby, a steal to Sasha Francis.
I think Knight was expecting Francis to knock it over her head and out of bounds, and it went right into the shoulders of Knight.
Dragons look to improve a 16-point lead. Francis on the right wing, now the backcourt. Ogle, left side, Van Ed. Takes a three, drives the baseline, dumps it underneath to Napa. Napa will go up with the left hand, can't quite get it to go. And Elisa Ruiz, the rebound for the Trojans. Afoa will bring it up to the right side. Bounce pass to the wing, Mapang. Mapang wants to drive, cut off by Francis. Still with the dribble, Mapang. Waiting, coming out to get his Grayson, and stolen away by Ogle. Ogle going up against Grayson. Her layup no good. Offensive rebound offered. She can't get the shot to go. Ogle continues to harass, but finally the Trojans clear the rebound.
First miss by Abby Ogle.
Afoa, now this time to the left side. Bounce pass into the corner, Mapang. Mapang will drive the baseline, cut off by a Dragon double team. Still in a bit of trouble. Close to a 5 count. Actually, they get a 3-second count on Mapang. Turnover number 10 by my count, Darren.
Yes, put herself in a terrible situation. They always talk about the baseline and the sideline being that third defender, and she not only was defended by the baseline and 2 Dragons, defended by the paint. Had a foot in there for too long.
Taylor Brewer out of Newton reports in for the first time for the Colby Trojans. 30-14. Ogle, now right wing, Van Eck. Looked at a 3, but passed up on it. Gets it off to Alford, top of the key. Dribbles left off the ball string. Coming out to get Ogle. Now underneath to Nidra. She can't get her spin shot off glass to go. Threw it up a little bit too much into the middle of the glass, and it spun off. And here come the Trojans. Scoring pace is slowed down momentarily. Ofoa. Now left wing to Brickhouse. She'll take it to the free throw line. Dump it down to the corner, Grayson. Up top, Afoa. She'll go with the left hand. Bounce pass underneath. Battling for the rebound and a foul call on Michaela Van Eck.
Interesting to see Colby here working the inside, even though it's a smaller lineup, right? Vincent already in foul trouble, 6'4" on the bench. We saw Pillars with the injury at 6 foot come out. So 5'10" right now, the tallest player for the Trojans on the court.
Each team with a foul here in the second period. That was Van Etzler. Afoa will bring it up and set up in the half court. Left side now, Ruiz. Ruiz waiting for cutters. Afoa comes all the way back around to catch the top of the key. Now left side, Grayson. They want to bounce or underneath to Ruiz. She'll throw it up. No good. And coming away with the rebound, Sasha Francis. Francis up the right side, slows down, out to Alford. Now Van Ed drives underneath Idra. Idra with the left hand goes up. She gets it to go. Napa Idra. And we told you she missed the Dodge City game with illness, and really didn't practice until Friday. She's still getting her legs back under her. Gets her first 2 points. Dragons with a game-high 18-point lead, 32-14, with 5:20 to play here in this second period. Here's Ruiz. Tries a three-pointer. Shot no good. Tori off for the rebound. Tori pushes up left side to Ogle. Quick pass underneath. Layup. Sasha Francis good on a feed from Abby Ogle. And the Dragons, Darren, are just winning the transition game.
Oh, they're seeing those lanes between Alford and Ogle on those breaks. They're seeing that perfect moment as their teammate is cutting to get a good look at a layup. By the way, Napa on the offensive end being guarded by the 5'8" Ruiz.
Here's a drive in the lane, thrown up, no good. Taylor. Napa battles for the rebound with Ruiz, and a foul call, and it will go against Elisa Ruiz, her second. Second foul of the period on the Trojans. Napa's going to come out. Jaleesa Cooper back in. Again, 2 quick fouls on Brooklyn Bethlehem. Probably won't see her till the second half. John Onches right now has Tori Alford, Abby Ogle, Michaela Van Ed, Jaleesa Cooper, and Sasha Francis on the floor, working against now what is a Colby man defense. Ogle on the left wing. One dribble to Van Ed. Van makes the drive, steps back for 3. Swish.
Give her a 2.
That's a 2. Van has 5, 36-14 Hutchinson with 4:20 to go. Lafoa slowly across the timeline, bounce pass left side to Brewer. Now top to Brickhouse. They're giving the people at the top of the key plenty of room because they know they will lob in underneath. Lafoa in the left corner. There's a lob into Vincent. She dumps it underneath, shot up and good. It's Brittany Brickhouse on the feed from Afia Vincent. And they finally get that lob pass to work as the Trojans. Dragons by 20 with 3:50 to go, 36-16. Vanette to the corner, and it's Tori Alford with a 3. Her 4th 3 since returning from the injury, 26th of the year. Dragons with a 39-16 lead, 3:35 to go in the second.
4 Blue Dragons down, knocked down a triple.
Lafoa, top of the key. Waiting patiently. Now Vincent comes out to help. Sees the post. Gives it off to Brickhouse, top of the key. Brickhouse goes right side to Lafoa. 7 to shoot. Lafoa 1-2 dribbles. Fires up a 3-pointer off the back court. No good. Battle for the rebound. Cooper and Grayson tie it up. It'll stay with the Trojans. Get a 20-second shot clock reset. 3:11 to play in the period. Brittany Mapang will come in to replace Amari Grayson for Antoine Scales.
Matchup to watch for Jalecia Cooper at 6 foot, taking on Vincent at 6'5" or 6'4".
Inbounded to Brewer. She'll bring it out front. Let Lafoa set it up with 15. Vincent now left side. Guarded loosely by Cooper. Out to Brickhouse with 9 with 8. Brickhouse goes to the right hand. Hesitates, pulls up from 15. Shot won't go, and the battle for the rebound is lost by Sasha Cooper. Colby basketball. And another reset to 20.
Brickhouse coming off a 1-for-5 outing from the floor against Seward, struggling here early against the Blue Dragons.
Brickhouse will inbound out to a foe. Spots up for a quick 3 shot. No good this time. Sasha Francis clears the board. Quickly head to Alford. Alford. Bounce pass underneath the Coop. She goes down. Gets up. We're still with the dribble, so no turnover. Now the Dragons set up in the half court. Alford, left wing to Francis. Right back to Alford. Quick trigger on a 3. This one hits the front iron. No good. And gets the rebound for the Trojans. This is literally as close as we'll be to the Dragon bench all year, Darren. They are literally right below us.
As Coach Anderson would say, too close.
Lafoa top of the key. 2:10 to play in the period. Lafoa waits. Now Vincent on the left side. Cooper packs in. Now Ogle Pastor steals the Vincent pass away. She'll go in right up and score. That is now 19 for Ogle, and the lead is 41-16. Hutchinson.
Brickhouse, the only player who had a chance at Ogle, and you saw her give up pretty early in that sequence.
And now an illegal screen called away from the ball. It'll be turnover number 11 on the Trojans, and the foul whistled against Brittany Mapang, her first. Tori Alford comes out. Kyra Ponior will replace her. Now the Dragons in the half court. Left side is Michaela Vanette. Top of the key, Ogle. She'll pull the trigger to 3, and guess what? It goes nothing but net, and it's a huge first half for Ogle, 44-16.
Maybe she should just always play on Sunday. Abby Ogle, by the way, only scored 8 points each time out against Colby last year.
More than double that, those outings. Long 2-pointer on the way by Brickhouse. Shot strong. Battle for the rebound into the hands of Paniora. Pushed ahead to Ogle. Ogle to the right hand. Tries to dribble through, gets stripped. And coming away with it is the Colby Trojans. Dragons tried to go a little too fast there, and Brewer gets the steal. Under a minute to play now. There's a drive by Mapang. Contact and a foul called on Michaela Vanette, a blocking foul. That'll be her second.
Yeah, Michaela Vanette just saw that one a little bit late, and it was coming her way. In fact, Mapang was right in front of her before she realized that she had gotten by Sasha Francis. Had she gotten her head around a little bit earlier, might have been able to take a charge.
With 51.4 seconds remaining in this first half, Michaela Vanette will come out. Tori Alford back in. Mapang's first free throw is good. I think the Blue Dragons want to get into a free throw contest with this team. Colby, a very solid 73.5% from the line.
Yeah, number 3 in the conference.
Second one, no good. Offensive rebound, Vincent. She'll throw up a right-handed shot, no good. This time, coming away with the board is Alford. Alford up the far sideline with the dribble. Now Ogle between the circles, right side to Kyra Paniora. Paniora with 19, brings it back out. Dribbles back in, that brings it back out to Francis. Near steal, Sasha drives, kicks it out to Alford. Torrey tries a three-pointer, swish. Torrey with 2 threes, 27 on the year, 47-17. A 30-point lead built here in this first half by the Blue Dragons. Shot clock dark with 13. Into the corner, Mapang. Guarded by Alford. Mapang still looking now with 7 with 6. Mapang brings it out with 4 with 3. Mapang wants to drive, hesitates, gets it off. A forward shot on the way, no good. It came after the buzzer. And a 30-point lead for the number 10 ranked Blue Dragons at halftime. Hutchinson 47, Colby 17. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and be back with the Medicine Shop game capsule. Again in Colby at halftime, the Blue Dragons 47, Colby 17. Back in 2 minutes on the Blue Dragons Sports Network.
This is Carter File, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
No time to fix breakfast? Just call us at Anchor Away 662-3100 and we'll have it ready for you. Choose from our selection of breakfast burritos, biscuits, or one of our 5 different complete breakfast plates. Breakfast from 7 to 10:30, Monday through Saturday. If you missed us for breakfast, we're here for lunch and dinner too. Pick up your favorite Mexican dinner or take some home for the family. We're open till 9. That's Anchor Away, drive-through, carry-out, and catering under the water tower at B & Adams in Hutchinson, 662-3100.
Like a good deal? Need a new phone? Listen up. Trade in your old device at Nextech Wireless and get half off any smartphone. Then take your shiny new phone shopping with your $100 Visa gift card. That's any smartphone, plus cash to spend. Oh yeah, need more lines? No problem. Get a new smartphone at half price for everyone in the family, plus up to $300 in Visa gift cards. Visit Nextech Wireless today. Your new phone and cash are waiting. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Needing repairs, parts, belts, or bags for your vacuum? How about free pickup and delivery for any service? Hi, this is Donna Pitzer, the bag lady. I work on all vacuums, including Auric, Kirby, Simplicity, Riccar, Hoover, Kinmar, and all Panasonics. I can get bags and parts for almost any vacuum. Plus, in most cases, I'll save you up to 40% on your bag purchases. Best of all, I deliver at no charge for all services I offer. For parts, bags, or service of your vacuum, call me, Donna Pitzer, the bag lady, at 663-4322.
What an impressive first half for the number 10 ranked Blue Dragon women here in Colby. 47-17 at halftime. The number 10 ranked Blue Dragons lead Colby. They closed the second quarter with a 20-3 period, but all told, a 38-7 run by the Blue Dragons after trailing 10-9. And that's just a little tease that will set you up for the Medicine Shop game capsule. The Medicine Shop, located at the Little White Castle, 14th and Main in Midtown Hutchinson. Rick Stone of the game can take care of all your pharmaceutical needs. Still got plenty of time to go in there, get their flu shots. Whatever you need, Rick Stone can help you out at the Medicine Shop at the Little White Castle on 14th and Main. A lot of numbers to talk about, and they're pretty all one-sided. Here's Darren Dunn.
Yeah, the one place it's not one-sided would be for Colby in the rebounding category, 13-12 on top of the Blue Dragons. But the Dragons really didn't need much rebounding in that first half, shooting very well. How about 69.2%? A lot of that is because of fast break baskets and shots up close around the rim. But the Dragons have also been deadly from deep, 63.6% from the three-point line for the Blue Dragons. And how about 4 for 4 so far to start off at the free throw line? That's all come from Abby Ogle. We'll get to her in just a second. Talk some more about Colby. You thought it was bad for this Colby team in that lopsided loss to Seward, 90-51, to shoot 32.1% from the floor and 33% from distance. but 20% right now in the game for Colby against the Blue Dragons. Only 1 of 6 3-pointers made. The only category Colby is strong in is the free throw game, where they started out 8 for 8 before missing that last free throw. So right now the Trojans 88.9% from the charity stripe. Ariana Afoa, really the only person to mention right now for Colby. She has 5. Behind her, Brittany Brickhouse has 4, but she is shooting 2 for 6 from the field. For the Blue Dragons, Abby Ogle nearly perfect. Has only 1 miss from the floor in that first half. It came on a contested layup. She could easily be perfect in all facets of the game, but nobody's perfect, right? So Abby Ogle, 8 for 9 from the floor, 2 for 2 from the three-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 22 points, 5 steals to her credit. Lauren Mapasua, before getting into foul trouble, knocked down a couple of threes. She has 8 points. Michaela Vanette could have easily had a couple of three-pointers, but instead had a toe on the line on 1. So she finishes with 5 points, 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And Tori Alford continues to connect from deep. She was 2 for 3. She has 6 points. The Blue Dragons, 14 points off of turnovers to Colby's 1. And fast break points, the Blue Dragons have 12. The Trojans have 0. That's how the Dragons raced out to this 47-17 lead at the break. And Steve, you mentioned in the break that was only 3 points scored by the Trojans. That's a new opponent low for the second quarter. The Blue Dragons had held a couple of opponents to 7 points when they did it to Heston and also Bethany's JV. Now doing it to Colby, a conference opponent.
Very impressive indeed. We're going to take another 1-minute break. Darren and I have plenty to talk about at halftime, including an announcement that will tie into Peak Out Night in a few weeks. We'll have that coming up in 1 minute. And we're at halftime. Hutchinson 47, Colby 17. Back in 1 minute on the Blue Dragon Sports Network.
Hi, Brian Bogle, General Manager at Midwest Ford. We have to move out all remaining 2019s in inventory. And with savings like these, you just can't pass it up. How about a 2019 Ford Ranger 4x4 Crew Cab Lariat, $8,000 off MSRP? Or a 2019 EcoSport was $24,245, now $16,984. A 2019 F-150 Crew Cab 4x4 XLT, $9,000 off MSRP. And yes, and 0% for 60 months. Don't miss out. Come see us at 1100 East 30th or online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
At halftime here in Colby, the number 10 ranked Blue Dragon women with a 30-point lead. 47-17 over Colby here at halftime. Steve Carpenter and Darren Dunn with you. The 9th annual Pink Out Night for Blue Dragon basketball is going to be on Saturday, February 15th against these same Colby Trojans. Well, as is always tradition, there's always a different shirt. And starting tomorrow morning at 8:30 at the Blue Dragon Athletic Office inside the sports arena, you can start purchasing your Blue Dragon Peak Out Night shirts. We'll have Steve Kappenman on at halftime of the guys' game to explain everything. But in about roughly 12 minutes, there's going to be something popping up on social media with the picture of the T-shirts. Very good-looking T-shirt this year, Darren, for the 9th annual Peak Out Night. We hope a lot of people partake in those. A suggested donation of $10, but if you want to give more, definitely, because this is a great cause.
Yeah, it does. It definitely helps a great cause. I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who has not been impacted by this, and it's always interesting to see what Cap's going to come up with. He's always got a good design in mind, and the great thing is, too, that you end up, you know that there's a lot of people at the Pink Outs, but it's fun to individually then see those people later, because inevitably they'll wear those shirts out in public, like, oh, okay, we shared that moment together and we didn't know it.
You better believe it. Yeah, they are very nice shirts. Steve Kappenman should be very proud. Again, that's going to pop up on social media in roughly 12 minutes. So be looking on Twitter and Facebook. Let's get back to this one, Darren. Wow. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it. A 30-point lead at halftime against a much-improved Colby team.
Well, Colby team that, I mean, you mentioned it in the pregame, gives up 58.5 points a game defensively. Already given up 47.5 in a half. So you're going to potentially put together back-to-back games where you've given up 90 points or more. Gave up that game against Seward, lost that one 90-51. Potentially could give up 90 here to the Dragons if this continues. And what I think I see here is a Trojan team that's not guarding well defensively. For much of that first half, you saw the Dragons just simply put 4 guards out and 1 big in the middle. And for whatever reason, there was no sag from the off guards. Typically you've got you're 1 pass away, you're in deny mode. You're 2 passes away, and you're kind of sagging off, getting ready to help in the lane. But instead, 2 passes away, they were still denying. They were still up on the corners, up on the players that they were guarding. It was basically guards guarding out guards outside there. So all you had to do was get the ball up top. You could start from the corner wherever you wanted. And once you started to drive or set somebody on a cut, there was no help defense whatsoever. Or if there was, they had Vincent in there at 6'4", who was already starting on the opposite block, and she's not fast enough to get over in that help defense. So that's something that the Trojans will definitely have to look at in the locker room, is if the Dragons come back out with that 4 out, how you're going to defend that more effectively.
Abby Ogle, we talked about the offense, 22 points, 8 of 9 shooting. The only miss, a contested but makeable layup.
Yeah, and I think that's, if you're Abby right now, you're going to have short-term memory, but at the time, she had to have been kicking herself knowing that, the thing that she makes a living on, the steal and the layup, is the one place where she ends up missing. I mean, she would be less devastated if it would have been a 3 that didn't go in, but to have a layup that doesn't go in, that's got to sting just a little.
5 steals in the first half for Abby Ogle. That is her 14th game in her career of 5 or more steals. That, her 6th of the season, 14th of her career. This is already her 7th 20-point game of the season. She didn't have a 20-point game as a freshman, so she has really stepped up. And she has also, just looking at my notes here, she has surpassed the 600-point mark now with 604 points. So Abby, as far as the career steals list goes, she moved past she was tied with Jen Fonte Hill going in. Now with 182. Or she moved past Elise Barlow, now with 182. Next up, Inya Butina, who had 193 in one season, shockingly. Because she was only a one-season player a few years ago, and of course the career leader, Kalani Purcell, in 250. And that one's going to be hard to get, but still, Abby's prowess defensively it's remarkable and fun to watch.
Well, and that's one thing for her. It's not like you look on paper and you see that she's 5'8" and she's listed as a guard. And you think, okay, well, she's stealing a lot from guards. No, they're putting her down in the post to guard people who are 6 foot and above. I mean, much of that first half, she was guarding Vincent, who's 6'4", and she was getting her steals in the lane. And the reason she's able to do that is even at 5'8", she's able to take away a lot of those passing lanes to where the Trojans weren't even able to get an entry pass into Vincent without the ball getting stolen away. So Abby Ogle, a threat to take the ball away from anywhere on the floor.
Real quickly, we're about 2.5 before second half tip-off. Let's talk about the guys' game. You'll be joined by Glenn Grenwald. Dragons probably come into this one rare as an underdog. Colby number 25, the Blue Dragons receiving votes, but Colby playing very well right now.
Oh, yeah, off to the best start since the 2003-2004 campaign for the Trojans, and doing it with a pretty limited roster. I think once you find those 8 or 9 players that you love that can really work together well, that's what you go with. And I think the more impressive thing is there's like 5 or 6 players out of that small group that Colby has that's scoring 11 or more points a game. So it's not like, okay, we need to focus in on these 2 guys or these 2 or 3 players. It's about 6 guys that could go off on you at any moment.
Indeed. That comes up at roughly 5 o'clock. We'll be on the air with Glenn and Darren probably about 10 minutes after we wrap up here. We're getting set for the second half here between the Blue Dragon women and Colby. Hutchinson leads 47-17. Back with that second half after the 60-second timeout on the Blue Dragon Sports Network.
Need to send someone money? Pay a babysitter? Split the bill? Use First Pay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Mega Manufacturing, Burton Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coppin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Home Instead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
We get set for the second half of play here at the Colby Community Building. And mind you, Darren, this might be the very last time we're in this building.
This could be it. This will be one to remember, especially for the women, if they can keep this lead the way it is right now.
I say that Colby is putting a new basketball facility up just off campus. It's scheduled to open next October. So if things get delayed, a lot of rain this summer, what have you, a lot more snow, could get delayed. We might be back in here next year, but right now we're scheduled to be in the new place. And Blue Dragons have in this building, a 20-7 record over Colby.
Now who we got?
Set for the second half, Abby Ogle, Tori Alford, Brooklyn Betham, who saw limited time with 2 fouls. Lauren Mapasua had 2 fouls, and also Michaela Van Nett with 2 fouls. And the Dragons have the first possession of the second half. Once again, thanks for joining us on the Blue Dragons Sports Network. Ogle, high-low move down to Betham, gets her shot blocked from behind. I think it might have been Kiara Knight, the shorter of the two, getting the block other than the 6'4" Afia Vincent. Needless to say, Blue Dragon ball.
Yeah, just the 8th block for Knight on the year.
Worked about quickly to Van Nett, now Mapasua. Warren with 10. Goes right side now to Alford. 7, now 6. Alford waiting 4 for 3. Alford step back, 15-footer. That one comes up short. And Afia Vincent the rebound for the Trojans. The Blue Dragons in the midst of a 38-7 run since trailing 10-9 in the first quarter. Trojans for the first time. Left side, Vincent. She holds the ball. There's a back cut by Avalo. She'll pull up from 15. Shot short, and it goes out of bounds. Colby playing without their leading scorer right now, Nairobi Pillars, who is injured while defending Abby Ogle on a transition bucket. Now on the foot, Darren.
Well, I was going to say, basically, you're looking at a Colby team right now that has gone about 16 minutes of basketball and scored only 7 points.
Elisa Ruiz, Brittany Mapang, Afia Vincent, Brittany Brickhouse, and Ariana Foya on the floor. Hand off to Mapasua. She picks it up. She'll pull the trigger on a long 2, no good. Brooklyn Betham the rebound. Her putback off the iron, no good. Out of bounds to Colby. Ouch. Just by the reaction below us there, and there's a couple of missed opportunities by the Blue Dragons.
Well, what happened on the pick and roll, Betham drew both Colby defenders. So right there on the elbow, Mapasua had a nice look at a 15-footer, and she should have taken it immediately. Instead, she waited until the defender came back on her, and it was a contested shot.
Ofoa now right side to Vincent for the Trojans. Loosely guarded, now a lob underneath to Mapang. Should dribble out of trouble up the left side. 7 to shoot. Mapang spins with 5 with 4. 17-footer on the way. Spins off no good. Vincent the offensive rebound. Her shot may have been blocked by Betham. Ball comes out still loose out of bounds to Hutchinson.
You look across the faces of the Colby Trojans, and there's just already this look of defeat. No energy whatsoever.
You saw that happening in that second quarter, Darren, and then when Pillars went down, you really saw it set in.
Leading scorer and leading rebounder for this team.
Now the Dragons with it. Still looking for our first points of the second half. We're a little more than 2 minutes in. Betham hands off to Van Nett. Passes up on the 3, drives the left hand into a double team, loses it out of bounds. Stripped out of bounds by Ruiz. Hutchinson ball with 9 to shoot.
Lauren, would you move in the corner?
Corral throwing balance away from the basket on the baseline. Dragons on a four-man set. Dumped underneath Ogle. She goes up. Contact and a foul. It'll be 2 shots for Abby Ogle. 22 points in that opening half. And the foul whistled on Brittany Brickhouse, her first. 22 points. That's the most by a Blue Dragon and a half this year. Abby misses her first. Well, 3 for 3 from the line, 66% free throw shooter. Second one on the way. This looked good. Abby with 23. Her high's 29. 48-17. The Blue Dragon lead. 7:38 to play, third quarter. And coming up after this one, join Glenn Grunwald and Darren Dunn. The Blue Dragon men take on number 25, Colby, from the community building, here scheduled for 5 o'clock. Ofo into the lane, throws one up. Hits the iron a couple times. Betham clears the rebound, gets it knocked out of her hands, but she retrieves. Now the Dragons push ahead. Here's Mapasua off the baseline, throws one up. Can't get it to go. Offensive foul, Lauren Mapasua. That's her third. That will be turnover number 6 for Hutchinson.
You can't take the charge when you're inside that hoop.
Don Otch is saying that the Colby player is inside the restricted area. That's a very light restricted area to see. That real light powder blue. Trojans still looking for their first points of the second half. A full dribble to the left side. Very slow-paced offense by the Trojans. And we told you earlier, they don't shoot a lot of threes, but Afoa tries one and hits. She gets her second three, 30th of the year. 48-20, the Blue Dragon lead. Dragons will go into the weave. Mapasua out between the circles. Now left side, Ogle. Abby waits. Goes into the high post. Doesn't. Hands it off right back to Ogle. Underneath, pass deflected by Vincent. Turnover, Hutchinson. Forced pass. Mapang speeds it up. Splits 2 defenders. Shot underneath. Vincent gets her own rebound, and she's fouled on the way up. And the Dragons struggling a little bit to come out of the second half. Shoot, it'll be Abby Ogle's first foul of the game.
Trojans, before that last long three, basically went 8 minutes of basketball before getting a field goal.
Nafa Ida in for Brooklyn Bethel. 2 free throws for Vincent Cumming, and the first one hits front iron and falls off. No good. She's more off to the left of center. Second free throw good by Vincent. 78% free throw shooter, so I guess you can't talk about success. 78 is pretty good.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's more a mental thing than it is anything else.
48-21, Dragons with the ball. Ida through the circles, now Mapasua. Laurel dribble it into the backcourt. Alford comes out to get it with 14. Now Ogle on the left wing, guarded closely by Brickhouse. Into the high post, Nafa. She squares up, 15-footer, banks it in. Nafa Hydra. She has 4. 50-21 Hutch.
That's one place the Trojans have been sacking off of Dragons, right there at the elbows. The Dragons can be content to just shoot 15-footers.
Afoa guarded against Alford, drives in, contact, no whistle. Here come the Dragons. Ogle spins, left hand goes into the lane, has a pass tipped, and it's chased out of bounds. Last touched off the foot of Afia Vincent.
Ogle would have been better served to try to bounce pass that one in there. Once you get into the paint, more often than not, that bounce pass will do you well.
Alford inbound into the corner of Van Ness. 22 to shoot for Hutch. Ball worked around the left wing, and Alford dumps underneath Hydra. Her left-handed layup, good. Nafa with 6 on a feed from Tori Alford. 52-21 Hutch. 5:20 to play, third period.
Hydra did everything right. Flashed to the block, wide open. All she had to do was turn and finish.
Now a ball knocked away. Mapasua comes up with it. Mapasua leaves it for Hydra. She gets hammered from behind and a foul call. You are listening to KHUT Hutchinson, KWBW Hutchinson, Country 102.9 and BW Radio, where Hutchinson comes to talk. Thanks for joining us for Blue Dragon women's basketball this evening. Steve Carpenter, Darren Dunn with you. Nafa Hydra shooting a pair after being fouled by Brittany Mapang. Her second. Nafa misses the first. Nafa just a 43% free throw shooter, averaging 7.8 points per game. She has 6. That one spins off, no good. Out of bounds to Hutchinson. Vincent had it in her hands, but Lauren Mapasua got just enough of a fingertip to make her lose control, and Hutchinson retains possession. Alford to inbound. Gets it into Van Nett in the corner. Now out top to Mapasua. 5 minutes to go, third period. Alford pulls up from 17, right side, spins off, no good. Vincent the rebound. Now Ofoa tries to put a little pace into it. Slows up now, working against Alford. Hesitates a couple times. Coming out to get it is Brittany Mapang. 15 to shoot for the Trojans. Mapang dribbles with the right hand. Wants to post. Now gets it back out to Ofoa. Ofoa drives off a ball screen with 7. Step back three-pointer on the way. Good. Ariana Ofoa with 11 on her third three-pointer. 52-24. The Blue Dragon lead with 4:20 to play, third period. Colby in the man defense. Ogle with it on the wing. Hydra. And she hands it right back to Abby, and Aggie goes a little bit too fast and travels. So Dragon's not nearly as sharp in this third quarter. And it's hard to stay sharp, Darren, when you build a 30-point lead as efficiently as you did in that first half.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to kind of just be content with what you have, but don't be satisfied with a 30-point lead.
Ofoa to the right side, again guarded by Alford, coming up on 4 minutes to play. There's a lob into Mapang. She'll chase it down right on the baseline. Throws it out top to Brickhouse for a long two. Bounces off, no good. Ruiz, the offensive rebound. She goes back up, and she's fouled by Abby Ogle.
It's just a tough last name to have for a shooter, right, Brickhouse? Unfortunately, she's been true to that name so far in this game.
Elisa Ruiz out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, misses her first free throw. She's 1 for 3, a 66% free thrower. Or check that, 0 for 1. And she rattles home the second. She has 1, 52-25. So far, Colby's outscored at 7-5 here in the third period. Francis with it. Now Van Nett worked around left side. Ogle on the wing. Abby looks. Now Hydra has it. Right back to Abby. They go high-low. Tough catch for Hydra, and Napa steps on the baseline, turnover Hutch.
Hutchinson has just had so many options on that same play, and what's happened is Colby's doing one of two things. One, both players are dropping down with the screener who is now rolled, or both players have stayed with the shooter at the 15-foot line. So the Dragons have had the option a couple different times to either shoot it from 15 or hit the roll off the screen.
Ruiz with it on the left side. Dumps into the baseline. Brickhouse. She tries a baseline shot. No good. Shot long into the hands of Alford. Torrey surveys. She brings it up the left side. Slows it up. Now Ogle dribbles to the right side. Popping out to get it off between the circles. Now left wing Van Nett. She's guarded by Mapang. 15 to shoot for Hutch. Hydra right back to Van Nett. Now right side to Sasha Francis with 8. Sasha with the dribble. Van Nett, Alford, three-pointer on the way with 2 seconds of the shot clock. No good. Dragons just not getting the movement they had in the first half. A forward to the right side for the Trojans. They want to lob it underneath to Avalos. She'll force up the shot and get it to go. Actually, that was Ruiz. It's a 9-5 Trojan period. 52-27. The Dragons still with a 25-point lead. 2:20 to play, third period. Not a very fast-paced game. Alford with it on the wing. Here's Hydra. She puts it on the floor, goes all the way in, hammered on the way up, and she draws the foul and will shoot 2. Foul should be against Brittany Mapang. That'll be her third. Coming up tomorrow night, up at the Alley at AJ Sports School, will be Dragon Talk, 6 to 6:30. Glenn Renwald and the men's head coach of the Blue Dragons, Steve Eck, from 6 to 6:30, and from 6:30 to 7, John Onchus will join me. Come on out, some good food. Meet whoever the player, I'm not sure who the players will be tomorrow night, but come on out to AJ Sports Grill for Dragon Talk. Hydra misses the first. No for 3. She has 6 points in the game. Again, a 43% free throw shooter. So do I. Second one on the way, spins off, no good. Just not enough arch.
You know, it would be an interesting free throw contest would be between Nafatumata Hydra And Udoka Azubuike.
Oh, my. Oh, my. We'll take the unders. Yeah, Colby with it. Avalos, top of the key. Afoa comes out. He's guarded by Alford. 11 to shoot. Afoa backing off, trying to set something up on a drive. 7, now 6. There's a drive in the lane. Throws shot off the glass. No good. Rebound loose. Vincent gets it. Turnaround jumper. Spins off. No good. And Idra clears the rebound. She's stripped from behind by Ruiz. But somehow Lauren Mapasua gets it. Here come the Dragons. Mapasua pulls up from 15. Shot missing. Into the corner. Afoa. Dragons shot at a 69% clip in the first half. Numbers coming down here in the third period. Here's a drive by Ruiz. Has the elbow up, kicks it into the corner. Avalos baseline jumper way short. Lauren Mapasua the rebound. Kicked ahead to Tori Alford. She'll go up, hit on the way up. She spins out of control. Shot misses. She'll get 2. And it'll be Brittany Mapang's 4th foul of the game.
Tori hit with so much force, her glasses came off on the baseline.
So Alford will shoot 2 at the 1:05 mark, a very fast third quarter. Alford was 6 on a pair of threes. 81% free throw shooter. First free throw, good. The Dragons just 2 of 7 here in the third quarter from the line. Alford was 7. 53-27 the score. Taking your time, make it 54-27. The Dragons have doubled up the Trojans with 1:05 to play in the third. Tyra Poniora in for Tori Alford. Hutchinson has a big week coming up. Barton coming in on Wednesday. And then showdown number 1 with the Seward County Saints and Liberal on Saturday. 3-point try, no good. Offensive rebound by Ruiz, no good. Battling for the rebound. Brewer gets it back, has her shot blocked, and stays with the Trojans. I mentioned the rebounding in the opening, Darren. It's kind of showing its ugly head right now. On the inbound, Vincent scores on a feed from Ariana Afoa. 54-29. Final 35 seconds of the period. Van Ed on the left wing. Patiently, now gets it to Betham. Top of the key, takes it into the corner. Mapasua. She'll drive the baseline into a double team. Back out to Betham. Her 15-footer. Off the mark, no good. Dragons just not getting the shots to go down here in quarter number 3. Only a 7-point period for Hutchinson.
What stands will be the lowest for their third quarter on the season.
Afoa, guarded by Paniora. Now ball whipped around to the top and Brewer. Knight has it. 3-pointer on the way. Long rebound to Paniora. She'll throw one up at the buzzer. Hits the front iron. And no good. And we've completed 3 here in Colby. Your score after 3. Hutchinson 54, Colby 29. Will return with the fourth quarter in 1 minute on the Blue Dragons Sports Network.
Hi, this is Rob. I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite places in Kansas to get a melt-in-your-mouth cheeseburger. It's RV Drive-In, where they've been serving up fresh food, not fast food, since 1948. They're famous for their burgers, but you can also try their homemade pork tenderloin sandwich, patty melts, BLTs, and so much more. Tuesday, Thursday evenings, Friday, and Saturday, they make their homemade onion rings that are the best I've ever eaten. RV Drive-In, Kansas' oldest drive-in at 201 East Avenue A and online at rvdrivein.com. Go Blue Dragons!
Welcome to the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With the emergence of big business, not only in pharmacy, but all industries, the Medicine Shop is proud to be a thriving local business in Hutchinson. We're so thankful to our customers in Hutchinson, Reno County, and Central Kansas for your support. In turn, we're proud to be a major sponsor of the Hutch High Salthawks, as well as other area high schools, the Blue Dragons, Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, and Wildcats. You support us, and the Hutchinson Medicine Shop supports local sports.
We've completed 3 here in Colby. 54-29. Hutchinson with the lead. Third quarter numbers from Darren Dunn.
Least amount of points in the quarter by the Blue Dragons on the season. Previous low in the third quarter was 10. Only put up 7 there. 2 for 10 shooting for the Dragons in that quarter. 0 for 2 from distance. 4 for 20 were the Trojans in that third quarter.
Colby with the possession. Afoa picks up her dribble, now lobs underneath. Pass deflected and intercepted by Lauren Mapasua. Now Francis back to Mapasua. Lobbed underneath to Betham. Betham goes one-on-one with Vincent. Goes up and under and gets the shot to go off glass. Brooklyn Betham with 4, 56-29. On the floor right now for Hutchinson. Lauren Mapasua, Kyra Pontior, Brooklyn Betham, Michaela Van Nett, and Sasha Francis. A lot of dribbling by Afoa. Now she'll go right side to Vincent at the three-point line. Tries to throw it underneath. Nearly deflected.
3 seconds!
Brewer has it. Throws it back out. Three-point try by Afoa. No good. Kyra Pontior fights for the rebound and wins it. She kicks it ahead to Michaela Van Nett, who pulls the trigger on a three and hits nothing but net. Michaela Van Nett has 8.
Three Blue Dragons with at least 2 3-pointers.
59-29, the lead back up to 30 for the Blue Dragons. Afoa now into the corner. A three-pointer on the way by Knight, no good. Good box out by Francis. Here come the Dragons. Ahead to Mapasua. Lauren into the lane. Tries to dump it underneath to Betham. Tough pass. Last touch by Betham. Turned over Blue Dragons.
Yeah, right as she saw the opening she wanted with Betham, she started to make that nice bounce pass in there. And Afoa caught up to her and got a little bit of that arm. Kept her from making the pass she wanted.
Dragons by 30. They blew this game open with an 18-4 run that after to end the quarter ended up being 38-7 through the end of the first half. Ruiz a three-pointer, no good. Francis the rebound. Here comes the Dragons. Ogle slides, sets one defender, lays it up and good. Abby now with 25. She had 22 in the first half, 61-29. Now Colby just running a lot of clock each possession. Afoa with it, guarded by Pontior. Drives to the baseline, brings it back out. Coming together to help her is Knight. Knight now takes it in the lane with the right hand. Throws up a little baby hook over Betham and scores. Nice shot by Kiera Knight. Her first field goal, she has 4. 61-31, Dragons with 7:25 to go. Pontior into the high post, Betham. She squares up from 15 and hits. Brooklyn Betham with back-to-back hoops. Much better start to the fourth quarter offensively for the Blue Dragons.
And a lot of it is funneled through Brooklyn Betham.
Colby in no hurry. Of course, they're down 32 right now with 7 minutes to play. Left side is Knight. They clear out. Vincent, she takes a good shot, blocked by Ogle. Here comes Francis. She leads it ahead to Lauren Mapasua. She'll go with the left hand and get hammered from behind by Taylor Brewer. Lauren Mapasua will shoot 2. Abby Ogle, we talked about her steal ability, but that was a big-time swat. There'll be 2 free throws for Lauren Mapasua at the 6:50 mark. Lauren had a quick start, a couple of 3-pointers and 8 points in the first period, has not scored since. First one on the way, good. She has 9, 64-31. Mapasua is averaging 12.2 points, 5 rebounds, and 5.4 assists over the last 6 games. That includes 4 of 6 games in double figures. Misses a chance at double figures here, tied possession, and it stays with Hutchinson. Abby Ogle tying up Afia Vincent.
And remember, Lauren kind of went on that run where it was almost like it was her mission each game to set a new career high in one category or another.
Dragons went to the backcourt. Ogle lobs a little bit too far for Pontior. Turnover Blue Dragons.
Yeah, too high for Kyra at 5'7". Now she's 6 foot. Got another chance at that ball.
Dragons by 33. Colby has not defeated Hutchinson since 2006. On the left side is Grayson. She'll drive the baseline and try to wrap it around to a teammate, and she throws it away. I've lost track on the turnovers there.
Got them at 15, so just a couple away from the season average. Remember, both of these teams came in with about the same. In fact, if you look at it based on the season, not conference, both averaged 16.9 turnovers a game, but right now the Dragons a little bit better in that category, 4 fewer turnovers.
Dragons go into the high weave. Ogle with it on the right wing extended. With 18 to shoot. Abby waiting. Now into the corner of Mapasua. She'll pull the trigger on a 3 and nail it. For the 4th time in her career, Lauren Mapasua with 3 3-pointers of the game. She now has double-figure scoring in 5 of her last 7. She has 11. Dragons lead it 67-31. Bapang on the right wing. Over to Ofoa. She'll drive in, go up against a double team, and draw the foul. That might be Lauren Mapasua's 4th. It is. So it'll be 2 free throws for Ariana Ofoya. She has 11. Felicia Cooper will replace Abby Ogle. Lauren's going to stay in the game with 4 fouls with 5:46 remaining. Ofoya 2 of 2 from the line, make it 3 of 3. She has 12 to lead the Trojans.
The only player in double-digit scoring for Colby.
Second one on the way. Good. 13 points for Ofoya. 67-33. Blue Dragons lead this overall series 49-14. These two teams started playing as conference teams in the 95-96 season. Sasha Francis, 7-8, tries to wrap around, gets her shot blocked, gets her own rebound. Out to Paniora for a 3. Shot short into the hands of a running Ofoya. She goes up, tries to get one off glass, no good. Tough shot, an offensive rebound. Now a 3-pointer by Brickhouse, left side, good. Brittany Brickhouse with just her 4th 3-pointer of the year. She has 7. 67-36 the score, coming up on 5 minutes to play.
It's only the 8th time she's put up a 3.
Here's Cooper into the lane. Forces up a shot off glass, no good. Battle for the rebound. Betham and Vincent go down. And what did they call?
Jump ball.
Jump ball will be Colby ball. Pretty good tie-up by the 2 bigs there. And coming up about 10 minutes after Darren and I get off the air, Darren will be joined by Glenn Grunwald as the Blue Dragon men take on the number 25 Colby Trojans. Almost must win for the Dragons to stay in the Jayhawk West race. Here's Ofoya. Dribbles to the baseline, throws one up, shot short. Vincent the offensive rebound. Her shot blocked by Bentham, but jump ball. Hutchinson basketball.
Yeah, the Colby fans aren't going to like that one.
Gave up another offensive rebound.
We had mentioned earlier John Ontis wasn't happy with the overall rebounding of his team. Right below us, he was mentioning that they've given up another offensive board. They were negative rebounding in the first half. 3-pointer by Mapasua spins off, no good. Another tied possession. Oh, they called this time Brooklyn Betham over the back. Loose ball foul, her 3rd.
Yeah, now that's the matchup to watch. We've seen it get a little bit rough the last couple times down. It's the matchup between Betham and Vincent. It's starting to get a little bit chippy.
Just the 2nd foul on the Dragons in the period. 4 minutes to play. Left wing is Mapang. Looking to go inside now. Top to Ofoya. Quick trigger on a 3 off the back iron. No good. Offensive rebound. Vincent. Fadeaway jumper. No good. This time Betham clears the board for the Dragons. Paniora brings it across the timeline. Slows it up with 3:43 to go. Now top of the key. Betham on the left side. Francis. Sasha with the dribble. Ball worked around to the right wing and Mapasua. Lauren with 15 with the dribble. Waiting. Looking to post up Betham. She picked up her dribble. Francis comes out to help with 9. Now into the low blocks. Betham should go in on Vincent and score. Betham got the inside position, got the corner turned, and she scores easily. She has 8, 69-36. Go forward to the right side, nearly taken away by Mapasua. It's out of bounds to Colby.
And if Vincent stays in the game offensively, Betham is going to continue to have success on the inside because Vincent definitely needs a breather.
Ofoa working against Panior. Now right side to Mapang. Mapang holding to jack up a 3-pointer shot way short. Julicia Cooper the rebound for the Dragons. Paniora looking, brings it in 15-foot, brings it back out. Now the Dragons set up in the half court. Left wing is Sasha Francis. Up and under. She'll drive it all the way to late off glass and score. Big time drive by Sasha Francis. She has 4, 71-36 with 2:35 to play.
Yeah, Vincent needs to come out of this game. You know how when you wake up in the morning and you haven't quite got your senses yet, you're not walking straight lines? That's what Vincent is doing right now. Her legs don't know which direction to go.
Here's Afoa to the left side, throws one up, no good. Betham the rebound. Outlets to Paniora. Kyra ahead. Her pass intercepted by Mapang. Bad pass. Now Mapang pushes 1-on-2. We'll bring it back out with 2:08 to play. Long three-pointer by Afoa. This is off the mark. Sasha Francis the rebound. Right now, Colby's just casting 3 after 3. And not having much success. Here's a drive in the lane by Betham. Picks it up into the hands of Mapasua. She'll go up against a couple of people and draw the foul. And will shoot 2. Foul will go against Taylor Brewer, her second. Nope. I think we can pretty much go right to where the turning point of this game was, Darren. Trailing 10-9.
Mm-hmm.
10 quick points over 3 minutes, and it has been all Hutchinson ever since.
Yeah, that was at the 5:13 mark in the first quarter.
Mapasua gets the first. Her free throw average her percentage has increased to 65%. 12 points for Lauren, scoring in double figures in 4 of her last 6. Second free throw good. And Lauren will leave the game with 13 points. Another strong performance by Lauren Mapasua. 73-36, a minute 45 to play. Mari Grayson now running the point. Right side to Mapang. Still trying to post up the bigs. Out top now to Afoa with 15 to shoot for the Trojans. Afoa dribble. Maybe tried to step back 3, but Alford's there. Tried to advance again. Now tries to step back 3 against Alford. Way off the mark. Ball still loose into the hands of Avalos. She'll dribble to the right baseline and bring it back out. 1 second on the shot clock. Gets it off. It's still live. Now the Dragons have it. Pushed ahead to Francis, and Sasha's hit by Brittany Mapang, and Mapang will foul out of the game. That was kind of a bizarre moment there. The shot went up, hit rim, but the shot clock went off. And then everybody but about 2 people stopped playing.
Yeah, there's just almost like a full stop out there, as if they thought the shot clock violation had been called, but it hadn't.
Cooper off the inbound, scores off glass on a feed from Tori Alford. Cooper into the books. Only Dragon not to score in this one's Kyra Panior. 1 minute to play. 75-36. The Blue Dragon lead. They're going to move to 19-2. 11-1. Long two-pointer by Brigham way off the mark. Alford slows it up. Now Idra top between the circles. Left side, Presley Barton. 40 seconds to go. Barton gives it to Alford. Now right side, Francis. Now here's Alford. Drives the left side. Give and go with Idra. Her layup. No good. Offensive rebound, Alford.
Score, Nafa.
Nafa goes inside. Powers up and scores against Vincent. Nafa Idra. She has 8. 77-36, less than 20 seconds to play. Misspoke. Presley Barton also has a score for that. So her Kyra Panior, the only 2 Dragons to score. Vincent gets the ball stripped, misses the shot. All for the rebound with 7 seconds. Shot clocked off. And John Osha says that's enough. 77-36 your final. Hutchinson gives up just 26 points in the last 35 minutes of this one. They improved to 19-2 overall, 11-1 in the Jayhawk West, and remain 1 game out of first place behind Stewart County. We're going to take a 2-minute break and wrap this one up. Again, your final score in Colby, the number 10 ranked Blue Dragon women, 77, Colby 36. Back in 2 minutes on the Blue Dragon Sports Network.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of